All right, here we go again. Buckle up, rough roads ahead. So again, I went and got a massage. They convinced me, and it released a lot of that uh, upper right side nonsense going on. He went after the knots. Again, if I had somebody like this when I in Amarillo, it may have worked. Uh, But again, staying bound up for 4 years isn't very promising. We'll see. Again, you have to go through the whole release procedure of releasing all the muscles and then rebuilding to see where it ends up. Because the muscle wastes when it's bound up, so there's no strength. There's very little actual strength in the muscle. So the muscle has to rebuild, and then it'll. What you want is like that middle ground where it's not overly tight, but it's firm enough to hold everything. Right? When you first release it, it's just and it has to level off too. It has to adjust, quote unquote. So actually, massage therapists in a certain way do adjustments. They adjust back through releasing it, and then the back picks up. Then the back will try to think its way through fixing the problem. But that's what happens when you get bound up too. It just keeps adjusting. If one spot gets bound up, then the rest eventually follows. Again, you know, the Harvey Weinstein type operations is what was causing the issues. They stayed away. My life would have been perfect. Right. Uh, Very nice people. Now, I ended up with a man therapist because they recommended it, but he just didn't seem. I don't know. He didn't, again, I'm prior law enforcement, so a lot of times that comes across, and I, I have sometimes have problems with that. Right. So what's happening when I'm laying on my bed is I'm laying on knots and trigger points. If he gets those to release, then it may be easier because that ends up tightening me up and all that. And so it all has to rebuild. I remember each time that I went through something, where I did intensive massage, it took a while for everything to calm down and restore. I shouldn't have been allowed in my life, man. There's just no way. A new school to heal here. What is this? Black Bob Elementary School. Healed. Black Bob's actually a Native American. I think I brought that up before. But it's weird because my right side got released, my left didn't get. I'm used to like 2 hour massages, but I wouldn't even try it right now, right? Because you can't get everything, and especially I'm highly technical. Now I should be able to get to this. If they weren't blocking when I got here, then I would have been able to get to this right when I got here. And again, if they weren't doing anything in Oklahoma, I would have been able to get to it in Oklahoma. Has nothing to do with the having committed a crime. Right. That's the scam. That's a scam. So we'll see. But I was definitely releasing, I imagine, when I went in to make the surgery appointment because my blood pressure was down. I felt good. Frontier Trail Middle School. Healed. So I feel little twingies down on my lower left. That's my bad. That's the bad spot on my lower spine. So, right, releasing all this might just crimp that nerve down there a little bit. I probably, 4 years ago, it may have been salvageable. I just couldn't get anywhere. Again, they've been on me for so long, and I didn't realize what it was all doing until really a month ago or so. Like I said, you can know what they're doing, but until you actually know how it's affecting you, then you can't get past it. And that's spycraft, psychological operation, psychological torture. But we'll see. I mean, there is a chance where the back adjusts in, but I'm not holding too much out for that. But that was the whole stomach trouble and all that. Hmm. Which makes me think if the United Healthcare shooter would have gotten massages, right, he may have been all right. Maybe before and after the surgery. I don't know. He may not have needed the surgery. See, that's the one thing orthopedic surgeons aren't good at, the other stuff. That's why they tell you to go to the other people first. But I couldn't find anybody that had anything for me. Right. Jesus Christ. I even tried a second massage therapist before I left Amarillo. Right. It just wasn't working. So I think the first one was being too rough, and I think the second one was being too gentle. Right. But they have really good prices where I went. I really like the new program they have. So now I tell you what, they have a lot of positive vibe when I got there, and it was like when I went home to light the menorah, it just felt all positive. So again, already a certain level of healing. Right. And they're still praying for me over there in Missouri at Fillmore's place, the Unity Church Chapel. So I'm blessing them on the app with Jewish prayers. Or Hashem is at least. I'm just a useful vessel. Very useful vessel, aren't I? And one man changes the world sometimes. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work, but at least I'll be able to keep some of this extreme tightness down, and it won't mess up the rest. Again, there's no doubt they harassed me. Again, times when like they put the Trump thing on my car while opening up my door and putting the turn signal on when I was leaving Oklahoma. Thanks, sorry. They did take those drill bits and then return them after I said something. Again, it's psychological operation, but it's also psychological torture and physical torture because their operation caused me to have physical pain. It's so weird how this side now is the right side's released. The left side's a little tight, but I don't know if I can release that left side. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot I need to get the hips worked too. No, they really when you look at inflation, I think they kept the prices down. Right. But they might not have as many people as they used to coming in. Right. Got a lot of knots up in the shoulder blade. Right. Mm. I was able to do those kind of the Hanukkah manure tonight. A little late, so I researched it. They said no, no problem. You do it when you can, as long as you get to it. They said even if you're at home, and like if your family's not home yet, if your wife is working late, they said you wait until she, or if you're working late, you all wait till the family gets together and then you do it. It's more important. Uh, the time is less important. The thing is to light the candles in the darkness. Right. So the light, dispels the darkness. So I $6. I got 2 sets of Hanukkah candles, extra long. It's amazing. I was on Amazon going, 15 bucks. Well, there's 10. Gonna take a couple days to deliver. Hashem wanted me to do 2 menorahs. That's mean 2 boxes. That worked. So I got to go in and see. Just wish I could have did this 5 years ago or 4 years ago. Well, stay peaceful. Praise God in all that you do. Praise God.